So I want to share with you the reporting tool that we have in the Keller Williams Command app. Command, as we know, was rolled out in 2020. A lot of different quirks along the way. They've got labs, and I've seen a home dashboard. Well, let me get into it. Let me show you something real quick. So I discovered this yesterday. This is the multi-year trends report. So if you don't know it already, you can go to your mykw.kw intranet. You can go here to reports. And if you go to reports, all these different reports are there. One of which is associate multi-year trends. And this is the multi-year trends. And what opens up is your last 5 years of activities. I'm going to take my screen away here real quick. I'll at least put it up in the corner. There we go. The last 5 years of activities. And you can see appointments, closed units, going to closed sales volume, and it'll track, all right, from 4 million, 9 million, 7 million, and then year to date, we're at 1.3. So it talks about, are we up or are we down based on previous years? So last year we had a 61% growth year over year from February and 213 from that. So pretty neat how it tracks this for us. And as we keep going, all of this information is taken because of the DAs that we put in through opportunities that we close through the office. And then as we keep scrolling, you'll see here, let's keep scrolling. I feel like Dory now, just keep swimming. You see the My Tracker contacts, and I'm pretty sure that the tracker contacts of signed agreements and appointments and previews, I don't know for certain, but I think it's pretty close, is going, how and where do we track this? So as I'm looking more and I open up the dashboard, I can see that we have goals. And if you go to goals on the home dashboard, you can click your goals and we can submit the goals that we have. And so we can submit it and let's just go to goal settings and let's set it or review the goals and we get started. And then we put in what's our profit, what's our expenses, what's our cost of sale, percentage of buyers versus sellers versus leases, average commission per unit, and we can continue. And it tells us this based on the economic model. We can input some conversion ratios. It didn't do anything specifically, but based on the conversions of people who have shown interest in their services. So maybe it's the total potential of people that we're marketing. Total contacts in the database, set, kept, appointments under contract, pending. And we continue that. This gives us our funnel. It looks like a funnel, doesn't it? I think so. We set the goals, and then the goals are set. And based on the numbers, based on what we have for all the team members, it will compute how many contacts, how many appointments set, how many appointments kept, how many agreements, signed listing or EBVAs, under contract, and then closed units to hit the profit goal. Great. So go back to the dashboard, and now we actually see that here. Instead of always having zeros, we see it right here. And a lot of software or things we've been doing are going, man, if it only connected with a command, imagine how great would it be? Well, what if it didn't have to get a command? What if we just used command? And then if you go up here to customize, you can customize your home screen. You have all these different widgets. These are all widgets, right? And so at the time, my activity widget was way down. So no one ever saw the activity widget. And so I took it and I dragged it way up. And now I've got this activity widget. And I've got this, and now this team activities here. Now, if you don't see that, we've got to make a quick trigger. So go up here to your settings, go to settings, hit command settings, go to reporting, activity tracking. Lo and behold, you have to enable it. It's off. So you can turn it on. You can set when do you want to get the reminder. So our team will get the reminder at 2 p.m. every day. That needs to be submitted by 6 p.m. And then do we send any reminders of when it's due? We can say what days we'll be going. We do have it going 7 days a week. We can edit it for each team member. So I know that some members don't work Sundays, don't work Saturdays, don't work certain days. And we can turn that reminder off so it doesn't default. But right now it's defaulted that everybody's on. The reminder is set. And now if I go to this home dashboard, we can go submit activity. And when we submit the activity, it will default to today's date, but you can put it in there for anything in the last 7 days. You can't go beyond that, but you can go the last 7 days, and then we can track it. And I love this right here because we're very focused on did you win the day? Now, your definition of how you win the day might be different, so you need to know what is your win of the day, not just were you happy or sad, but did you win? For us, it's do one of four things: write something, hold something. So write a contract, hold an appointment, set an appointment, or grind it out. And grind it out is going to be at least have 15 conversations, get your 15 points. How many hours did you spend? How many people did you talk to? And then what did you do? And this is pretty cool because you can say, maybe I did an open house, but I also called out my sphere and I also did some DMs on social media. So you can do all of it and it's all there. And then the people you talked to, were they in your database? Yes or no? I imagine, I haven't done this yet. If it's no, they're going to say, do you want to add them? Let's add them now. So how do we get people in the database? And then it just says, how many appointments did you set? Buyers, sellers. Attend, buyers, sellers. Agreements, buyers, sellers. Contracts, buyers, sellers. And closings, buyers, sellers. Something I love about that is our coaching model and our business model very much is using the 4 conversations, which is appointments, client signed, under contract, and closed. It's right here. And then is there anything you want to say to your rainmaker or your boss or me? And then you submit it, right? So we submit these goals, and I'm going to go ahead and cancel off of this. Let's go back to the dashboard. And when we put it in, if you're by yourself, then you're winning your leaderboard. And if not, then we can go to the leaderboard and then you can track of who's doing what on the bench. Because I'm signed into me, I can scroll over here and I can click submit activity. And I can submit the activity right there. When we get the email, we can click right the email. We can go back to team activity and I can see activity tracking. And we can see of the activities. We can see what days are people participating. Are they engaged? Are they plugged in? We can go even further to say what was the total activity that we've got, how many conversations, how many hours. This is for total, or this is for individuals. We can look at the individual activity and we can track this. So this was a mock entry. And then we can see we had even more stuff to do. Well, yeah, okay, so week, day, and month. And then we can see where we're getting the actual sources from. On top of that, if you haven't looked at the dashboard or reports here, this is where we can look at our reports and go, what's happening for opportunities, our contacts report. We can look at and review the goals that we all have set in based on individual goals of all team members. We can look at the activity, which we just talked about, the lead routing, the emails that get sent out. So if you're sending, so lead routing, let's see here, team performance, what's happening, how many leads were signed or leads were worked. And so we can really start using this as an internal ISA department, not only for your team, but also for yourself. Your emails that go through the KW email system. So last week we sent a seller email of 2,643 emails sent. 3 of them got marked as spam. When we look at how many of this, almost all were delivered. A couple weren't. So I can look of the 33 that weren't delivered. Here's my details, and they weren't delivered. So let's go audit and edit those. Of how many people opened it, hey, 36% people opened it. So it's a start. It's where we're at. And 880 people then opened that email, and I can see everybody who opened that email. Now, what do they do with that email? I'll keep moving my face around there. 12 people clicked on something. They clicked on a link that we had. That's great. View details. 25 people viewed details. So if they, and when we said they opened it, I had text in there. So 12 people clicked on the hyperlinks, but 880 at least opened it up, right? And then view details of how many people unsubscribed. These people unsubscribed. So if they said, get me out of your list, if anyone on here should be on the list, and that's a great phone call to say, hey, sorry about that. We'll do different. We'll do better. And it's a good quality touch there. So a big aha and a big takeaway I've had as we're really focused with the coaching company, with the team, and with just accountability to ourselves. Command, it might not be the biggest, fastest, strongest tool on the block, but my gosh, it's all in one spot. So I want you to take a good look and good consideration that says we can track on Command. And if it is what I think it is, then once we track this, then not only will we have the multi-year trends from all of the closed production, we'll also have it for what you track, and we can look at your year-over-year, month-over-month tracking tool. That is my quick, how many? Under 10 minutes. We'll call it an under 10-minute video of how can we, and are we using Command to its fullest? And if not, will this help you? We know that the number one thing to do to hit your goals is to track it. I've got on my screensaver, it's win the day, win the week, win the month, win the quarter. Good luck winning. How are you tracking? Let me know if this tool helped you. Let me know if you have questions around it. Maybe you've tried it, maybe you haven't. Or if you're not using this, what are you using that you absolutely love in terms of how to track your business? Thanks. Take care.